Okay, this week we're going to talk about design and branding and do some research in it, and then we'll talk about developing a brand. So let's take a peek at what you're doing for Part A. Let me click. Okay, so Part 3, or Week 3, Part A, Aesthetics, Design, and Branding. And we're going to talk about some principles of good social media design, but I have a lecture that I have here for you to check out. It's one that I wrote when I was going to college. We talked about the how good design is full of crap, and I thought, well, that didn't tell everything. So mine says good design is well crafted. And so I have each point in here, so check it out. It goes from step by step, explaining everything that helps make a good design work. So, and then I'll be adding this video in there just to make sure you have it all. So actually I don't know why it's got the wrong date, but it should be Thursday. So what I want you to do for this week, I have a couple of or several websites down here, and I want you to look through them and pick two that you see are kind of bad websites. They don't work well. There's something about them. Maybe they're too much information, terrible navigation, just are not enough information, and then pick two that you think are really great. So you have a total of four. And so for the first part, I want you to take the first two that you choose and tell me what three potential problems would be for visitors to the site. And then tell me if they come across as being well designed with the end user in mind or not. And then explain that. And then what could you do to improve these websites and why would these improvements help? So you have three parts there that you need to talk about. Each one should be a paragraph. And then, or you can break it down and do the whole thing for each of the the two websites you pick there. You can choose this. And then I want you to choose two of the following websites that you find easy to use and well designed. And I want you to tell me, what did they do right? Why did they come across as being well designed for the end user? And explain that. And how does their use of design, aesthetics, and branding impact your reaction to these websites? And one of the things is consistency. But I talk a lot about design in this lecture, so make sure you read it. It's got a lot of step-by-step information, and you can refer to that when you're writing your assignment here. And again, make sure I'll add a final wrap-up paragraph to what you learn overall from what works and what doesn't work, and because that kind of pulls the whole thing together. So you should have at least there'll be four websites you're commenting and at least 5 paragraphs. And then I also want you to, you can also choose your own websites if you want to review them for the exercise. 2 that need help and 2 that work well. Sometimes I find that bank or insurance companies have really terrible websites that are hard to navigate and you can't find what you're looking for. So those are potential ones you could put in there as well. So if you want to choose your own, that's fine. So once you finish that, I want you to go back and look at what people did for their research for our last week. So it'll be part 2B, when they researched some businesses, and find out what they discovered, and then add a comment, and then add another blog post. You can call it week 3 comments, and add their names, and tell me a little bit about what you wrote if you want to write. As long as you tell me who you post. I mean, it's got to be at least 3 people. And if your group doesn't have all the people that you need, move on to the next group, because there's 4 groups. There's plenty of people to find to get 3 to look at. And the more you look at, actually, the more you'll discover here. And your groups may have changed due to the early class shuffling. So check it out. And I like it to mix it up too, so you don't always look at the same thing. So if you have any questions, email me. This is kind of a fun experience, because it's especially looking at ones that websites that are pretty terrible, and you're just like, oh wow. And think about colors, fonts, and just like crowded things, not enough information, all kinds of things. There's ways that websites can be a fail. So I hope you enjoy doing this exercise because it's a lot to learn.